Audio check, sound check, sound check, audio check. 1 2 sound check, audio check. It's 1 2 sound check. 1 2 testing, sound check. Microphone check, sound check. Sound check, audio check. Sound check. 1 2 3 sound check, audio check. Ladies and gentlemen, check me. Giving you live commentary right at King's Comfort Arena, where we're having the league game, King's Comfort Pool Club versus Soweto Pool Club. It is the very first frame of the 20 frames that we're having live today. It is Ochen Patrick on the table, potting it almost within luck, but failed to pot the only black which is on the table right now. It is already King's Comfort invited on the table. And of course, it's the director himself, up against Ochen Patrick, who plays for Soweto Pool Club. Ladies and gentlemen, the very, very first frame of the 20 frames. Now potting black prematurely. It is luck for the very first time. This is just the gift of Kado given to Patrick Uchen. Soweto Pool Club 1 and King's Comfort trying to look for their very first frame in these 20 frames which we are going to play. Now remaining 19 frames to call it off. Now it is a former umpire who now turns as a player for Soweto Pool Club. He has been signed in the second league. Now he's up against Rupin Nelsons, a guy who struggled so hard to qualify for Nile, but have never made it in the Nile. Now he's up against former umpire. Today we are together with the Tungdiang Media and giving you the commentary. It is me, Daniel. But for now, I'm going to give him the audacity and then all the chance to have a chance and greet you as well in the second frame. Tungdiang Media, please greet the audience.
Very good evening, dear viewers of Kit Media. It is now a joint effort. Tungdiang Media alongside Kit Media. This is the Kit Gumpul League Season 4, second leg, game number 18. It is a fixture between Soweto Pool Club, who are the visitors, taking on King's Comfort Pool Club. Remember, in last year's table standings, King's Comfort managed to finish fourth in the league behind Wakanda and Maichamo. Last year's champions, Zone Pub Shooters, went unbeaten. 18 bonus points without even a draw. It is frame number 2. Regan Okeny Agandu, former KPA umpire and current POW umpire, has decided to step down as the umpire for KPA, and now he is a player of Soweto Pool Club. He was very, very influential against Zone Pub Shooters 2 weeks ago at Soweto, and he is a lethal player. He takes on Nelson Rupin, the guy on table wearing blue, who is also a very, very strong player and very good at both defense and attack. But his best known style of player is to defend. It is 1-0 already. The former frame was taken by Patrick Uchen, Elias Ole, who played the director of this very place, Mr. James Ogwang. Mr. James Ogwang was unable to make it and committed suicide, giving away a 1-lead win to Soweto, the visitors. That was a nice game from Regan. Dear viewers, this helps to remind you that midweek we shall also have league games, especially for league match week 15, and that has fixtures that shall be released later on after this very frame. A lot of people have been questioning why the table standings are not yet coming out, but tomorrow they'll be out and every club will know where they sit as per the second leg. Is Regan Agando with the yellows up against Nelson Rupin playing the reds, and it seems the game is now going defensive. And remember, the previous fixture for Kings Comfort was against Zone Pub Shooters, where they lost terribly, 14-6 against the former champions. And on the other side, Soweto Pool Club managed a win against Maicham Pool Club with the scores of 11-9. Now, one team is coming from a defeat, the other one is looking forward to maintaining their winning streak. That is Soweto, but let us hope the Kings will reign supreme in this. And dear viewers, let me take you through the lineup for the for the hosts, that is Kings Comfort. In their starting five, one is the director, Ogan Jones, Rupin Nelson, Tabo Owen, Bongomin Christopher, Oscar Kello. Then on the substitute, we have Pio Kenneth, aka Dano Mia. Meanwhile, the traveling squad, ladies and gentlemen, has these following players. The starting five, number one was Uchian Patrick. Number two is the guy on table, Okeny Regan, alias Agandu. Then we have Olin Joel, alias Mr. Green. We have Derek Olanya, the director of Soweto. And then we have Wokorach Kenneth, aka Shaun Ken. This is the latest signing that Soweto Pool Club has made. The signing was done, medical tests fully covered, and the player passed the medicals successfully, having joined from Commander 1 Pool Club, which was unable to complete the league due to reasons best known to them. Meanwhile, on the substitute or the reserves, we have Otim Osama Muhammad, that is Joker. We have Lokoya Christopher, aka Magezi, on number 3. Then we have Okidi Alfred Pastor, former KPA umpire. Now, that was one nice shot, but he is being denied by that red ball, which is just sitting in front of the red. No option but to look for a perfect angle to locate his yellows. Succeeds. As I earlier on told you, the style of play Nelson uses is mainly defensive and is putting Regan to a very, very huge task of locating his yellow ball. It was a good try. Ladies and gentlemen, in the arena we have the director for Jaguars Den Pool Arena, that is Mr. Dennis Obwat, former player of Top League Pool Club. He is here with us, and we also have another member of the media team, that is Amere Media, is also with us here to make sure that we document this fixture to the dot. It is still snookering after snookering, and Regan is being tested once more. Succeeds. Ladies and gentlemen, it is defense after defense. Regan very resilient in the search for his yellow ball, having been tested thrice. Just two red balls which are just sitting right on the edge of the pockets will guarantee Nelson a win. Should he manage this ball perfectly, the black ball will go into the center, but opts otherwise. Gabriel. Wow. It is 2 frames down, 18 to go, and Nelson equalizes for the hosts. 1-1. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Kit Media is back. He was having some late lunch, and Ade Sapa is now fully energized. And we are here to make sure you get the best of these fixtures through the stream and player updates, biographies, league positions, and so forth.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, those ones who are following us skillfully and carefully. This is Kit Media Link, where we're giving you the very best of the second leg of this league game, which is taking place here at King's Comfort. Now, this is the very third frame that we are having between Owen, the guy who is playing for King's Comfort, and then Mr. Ling. Mr. Ling is a veteran player, he's a senior player. He has always been playing so well for Kings actually has been playing so well for Soweto Pool Club, and now today he has a chance to break. Remember, he's very good at breaking and clearing the frames at the same time, so we don't undermine him at any time. So he has won the luck. He's supposed to at least maintain the lead of Soweto that they have just made it here. Now let's wait and see what he's going to do on the table. Remember, this is the second leg. Here, you are free to give in your predictions in the comment sections. Which of the two clubs, King's Comfort or Soweto, do you fancy them to win this game here today? As an umpire, I've just given him the chance, and then the audacity, the cue ball is in hand, he has a chance to break. If he's able to run the table, that is incumbent upon him. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see the way he's trying to position the cue ball. Wants to break with power, breaks simply, and doesn't put any ball, inviting Owen back on the table. Now, one thing you should know about the guy who is just on the table right now, he plays freestyle pool. He plays fancy pool. He plays just pool to please himself. And remember, this is league game. We doesn't rule any chance away from them playing so well. At the same time, he's also able to run the table and taking it one at a time. At least making sure that he can these balls here, but doesn't can it so well. I want to believe that he's not happy with the positions of the keyboard, but still, he will go slow and safe. Now snookering most of the keyboard, most of the balls on the table, but of course, from the positions where I am at the moment, Mr. Lee is able to see at least one of the balls, which is almost in there. Joe of the center pocket ball. He may as well fancy he wants to go for the point. Now, looking at that, you will think that he wants to play that ball to put it directly into the corner pocket, which is top right of the screen. Is possible. He plays, his intention was to take the ball directly to the other side, but of course giving the cue ball cheaply. Now Hoven has a chance to cut that ball into the center. And just like that, with a slide follow, anytime, if he plays a draw block, he plays so nicely and so well. Now, there are only two of the yellow balls on the table. Of course, you may think that he wants to have that to play. The only would be the problem ball. First, because he nearly got it. Nearly got it. But of course, the positions of the keyboard is never fancies and never good. So you don't rule anything out. You don't rule anything out. So Oleng is invited back on the table, taking it one at a time because he knows they need this frame. As a visiting team, they really need this frame here more than anything. And of course, he is supposed to win it and put pressure on the home team. Just that the home team shouldn't get so close to them. Of course, anything can happen. Inspecting the table, moving it carefully, checking one by one, because there is only one problem ball, which is the ball which is so dead on the top right of the cushion, so far of the screen. Now he's taking it one at a time there, and by inspecting so carefully, making sure that he plays. Now he has given the cue ball cheaply to Mr. Owen. You may fancy that he would start with the only ball which is so close to the black ball and then place the other one to the center. But of course, it's being me who is only preempting, but it can't be me. He plays simply just a simple shots, just a small drawback. And now a stand shots would do him good. But I'm afraid that ball may not touch the cushions, and of course, now the umpire rules it is a foul and it's 2 shots. Now James has a chance. James has a chance. Soweto as well has a chance to redeem themselves and take their lead back from the positions that they had it initially, because they won the very first frame where the director of this very arena potted the ball prematurely. And just like that, he played simply just wanted to pack the ball, which was looking like a dead ball. He still has a chance, a big chance. And of course, anything is possible. He may go for the frame or he may not go for the frame. He may want to move slowly and carefully. Just like that. He plays a double, simply just only. But at the end of the day, he has packed his ball. Snookering, he has requested. Owen simply plays, just wanted to open up his ball here. And of course, the ball now looking a bit juicy. From that position, at any time, you can score that. Now, all he's going to be yearning for is only to have at least a chance. Now, inspecting the table carefully, one by one, because should he give any chance to this gentleman, then he's going to have a problem or he's going to be in trouble. Now he plays so well, and just like that, ladies and gentlemen, now Howen has a chance, and of course, a simple cut of that ball into the corner pocket, and he has already made it. Now I'm afraid he's snooker. He's supposed to come off the cushions and put this ball here, which is just like that. Ladies and gentlemen, he was still watching Kit Media Lane. Off the cushions, misses it, and now Oleng has a chance. Remember, two of the balls are dead on the cushions, and of course, at any time, when he fails to clear the table, he's going to invite his colleagues here back on the table. Now he's preempting and predicting to open up the ball, which is looking at trouble to him, and at any time, the player simply just wanted to can that shots and cans it nicely. But of course, killing the other balls, which are always dead on the cushions. Now there are six of the red balls on the cushions. Remember, Owen is already on black. Coming off cushions one more time. That is the intentions. They want to snooker this one's here for the very last time. He wants to play a snooker. But of course, at this point in time, you can't just rule it away, because should it give any chance of the cue ball to be open, then things may go worst from him. That ball is already in space. The black is already in space. What does he want to do here? He wants to play simply just only to snooker. As you snooker, you also can your ball. And that is the intentions, and he did it so well and so perfectly. Now, Howen has a chance to come over one cushions to get his ball and fails to get the ball. Another chance. Oleng has a chance. Requested the umpire to give him the cue ball in hand and of course to play. Remember, there are two of the problem balls which he is still supposed to think about them. One is so close in the center, and that is the only ball I want to believe that he wants to start playing with. Another ball is so close to the camera that you are looking at, and that is also looking another problem balls. He plays simply only to cover the pockets where the black might go in. And now he has a chance. Those balls, at any time, if this was not a league game, he can clear them so well. Now he has the potential to clear these frames here, because there are now only 5 of the red balls. All has pockets and all can go in. Holding for Soweto. Play simply just to pot. All you need now is the composure, the calmness, and then the ability to pot the ball the way he is doing them, one at a time. He has brought the cue ball so close, but then now you would fancy that he will start with the ball which is looking like a problem to him and put it in the corner with a simple double of that ball here. But that is not me. And of course he plays, and I don't think he's fancying that. Remember, all these balls, the other ball can go into the corner pocket, which is left of the table close to the camera. And that is intentions. Rolling that ball simply just only to put it in the corner pocket, which is left of the table close to your screen. With the normal roll, he has done it. But I think he's never happy with the positions of the cue ball, because he missed that. If I were him, I would start with the ball which is now remaining on the table and place it to the corner pocket and have a simple connections, because the other ball was already covering the corner pocket here. Ladies and gentlemen, for those ones who are watching us live, this is Kit Media. You can help us and like the video. And as well at the same time, you also share the video, because just that YouTube should recommend this one, and very many people should watch these actions which is taking place. Giving you the commentary, it is me, Daniel, on the microphone. Now Oleng is for the only black, the only ball, misses the pot. The cut was good, misses the pot, but the positions of the cue ball at any time, if this was not a league game, Owen would pot this ball here. What can he do? Pots with a big follow and pots the cue ball prematurely. Pots the cue ball prematurely. Now, without Oling potting the black ball, he has won the frame. Now they're leading. It's 2 frames to 1 out of the 20. 17 frames to go. 7 frames for the first half. And now Soweto has 2. Kings Comfort has 1. Best of 20 frames. Now we are in the 4th frame. We have the director of Soweto Pool Club up against Young. Up against Young. Do we fancy any comeback here? Do we say do you think we are going to have a 2-2 here, or so whether they're going to pull at least one more frame to have it go into 3 frames to 1? We are yet to confirm from here. Your guess is as good as mine because you never know the ability of the two players. All are attacking players. They can break and clear. All they play is attacking pool, not defensive at any time. And now it is the home team to break. It is the home team to break. Now, Kings Comfort has a chance to redeem themselves and have the score level to 2-2, or else they give the score away to Soweto Pool Club and run with the score. It is Derek up against Young. It is only his name which is called Young, but he is never young in the mind or in the game. He's a veteran player, he's a senior player, plays for Kings Comfort. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. The voice behind the microphone, it is for me, Daniel. Now, when you check on the league positions, of course, you would fancy that Soweto have at least a half chance. But anything can happen because remember, this is a league game that we are playing at Kings Comfort. This is a former Queen Rest. For those ones in Kitgum, we are located at former Queen Rest where we are taking this game. It is now called Kings Comfort. Now the break is good, the splits of the balls are also good, but the positions of the cue ball is never good. To a player who may be coming in for the very first time and play that, he plays simply as a defensive player because he failed to pot, leaving the table open. Now Young is invited back on the table. The umpire signals it is an open table, and of course Young can do what he does better. You can pot any ball with the exceptions of the black ball. Plays and closes the table with the red ball, and now he has 6 of the reds on the table. He plays simply just only to cover the position at the corner pocket, but the balls is already in, and he's never happy with the positions of the keyboard because he never wanted to put that ball here. Plays simply just only to positions of the cue ball, and it's looking a bit tricky. It is looking a bit tricky because you cannot just run for this frame here when you know some of the balls are still not in easy positions. Derek aims and had the second thoughts of himself, and now he wants to play simply to put the cue ball positions in the hard positions. And now Young is invited back on the table. He's supposed to come off at least a cushion just that he can play so well, or else he plays simply the ball which is so close to the jaw of the pocket, which is in the center left of the screen. The umpire is inspecting carefully to see that at least one of the ball or 2 of those balls are not snookered. Now the umpire signals that ball can be seen. Meet the requirement. Just like that. He plays so well, just only to at least positions of that ball to be okay. In the house, the guy that you have seen on the screen who have just joined is Robert Sejemba. He's a senior umpire. He's a veteran player as well at the same time. Now Derek wants to take it one at a time. The shot that he has just played, he's receiving a round of applause because he played it so well to open up the balls. And of course, when Young plays that on the ball, which he's looking at the moment, and he doesn't put it, now it will be the yellow balls all are in opens. And they all have pockets at the same time. They all have pockets. Now contemplating within himself, he's checking the pattern of the play. And then, of course, he's supposed to take it one at a time. What does he want to do here? Because that ball which is so close in the right, He wants to have a bank shot. I think that is what he is predicting, and that's what he wants. He goes for it and fails to pot it, inviting Young back on the table. Young has a chance. Remember, Young has 5 of the red balls. Now he wants to play skill shots here. Coming off the yellow ball to go into the center, the corner pocket, and just like that, he plays. But luck was not by himself, and of course, the only luck he has is that ball is covering the corner pocket, which is bottom left of the screen that you're seeing. And now he has now all the favor to win this frame. Young has all the favor now to win this frame. What can he do from these positions? Take it in one at a time. He plays with a big spin on the cue ball to at least remove one of the red ball, which is so close in the corner. And fails. He wanted to come off the red ball, but fails to come off the red ball. Now inviting still Young back on the table. I would think that when he caught this ball here, he may have the ability now to clear. As long as those balls which are down can be seen, he has it. He has the potentials. He plays. You can look at the quality of the shot which he's playing at the moment. But of course, I want to think that he's never happy with the position of the cue ball. Remember, the speed of the cushions also determine how best you can play the cue ball. At the same time, the type of the cue ball is also very paramount. Remember, we have the American cue ball, which you can as well play with. If you look at that is a big shot, but it never materialized because he wanted to put the ball which is so close to the bottom corner pocket. And now wants to go slow and at least be so close to the red. Now Young is invited back on the table. He has only of the 3 red balls, aiming for the center. Goes for it and pot simply with the hand he's. Now I want to think that he's not going to go for the frame at any time because he still wants to go slow and quiet. Because remember, the ball is so close to the jaw of the corner pocket in the bottom left is a bit very hard and complicated to pot for the red. And now Derek has a chance to redeem himself. Give more leads, he plays simply, only to open this one here, but did not open it. At the end of the day, he is having advantage and luck coming to himself because the 2 of the red balls, it is a bit hard and tricky to get them from the table. Should he start with this one here? He's not going to get natural cue ball positions, but the only would be the red ball which is remaining bottom. So farthest of that. He wants to come off 1 cushions. And the touch of the red balls in the corner pocket would pot it. But if he doesn't do it, then we still have the chance and the audacity. Now he's inspecting it one at a time. Remember, the umpire has already given him a chance to get it off the cushions because any touch of that red ball will let the ball in. Now he wants to go for the other one, which is far away and fails to get it. Advantage Soweto. Advantage Soweto. Does he want to have the cue ball in hand? No, he doesn't want. He simply wants to roll these balls here to come here and pot that red ball, which he does it so perfectly. Now he has full control. He has full control. And just like that, simply, he wants to have it snookered one more time. One more time. What does he predict at the end of the day? Because he wants to have full control of the cue ball. Now Young plays simply hand got it. It is one chance. A shot to Soweto, a shot to the director of Soweto Polo Club, a shot to direct. Derek wants to go slow. He plays simply not to pot and take full advantage of the corner pocket, which is bottom of the screen left. And now Young is supposed to come off 1 square of 1 cushions, but of course he can see his ball. He plays simply to set it. Derek is invited back on the table. What can he do at these positions? Of course, Derek being Derek, he has already failed to put this one. Remember that ball can go into the right center pocket. With the simple roll of that ball is here, cue ball is going to come natural and black would go in. But Young fails to do so, inviting Derek still one more time back on the table. Remember, I would still say that Derek has advantage because black is so close to the corner pocket. which has his ball. And now he was trying to play the skill shots and puts the cue ball prematurely. Advantage. Advantage. Kings Comfort. Advantage, yeah. The only shot that they can play at the moment is to can that ball here, can that ball, or open up the corner pocket. And then he plays that only red ball, which is so close to the center pocket in the right. Young, check it one at the time, doesn't want to invite Derek now back on the table because of that two shots which has been given to him. I want to believe that he wants to open up there. He wants to open up the black. If he does it, he will have advantage. Remember, this is a league game. You don't just play like any other normal games which you play. You play with skill. You play with passions. Now look at the quality of the shots that have just been played. Remember that balls can be rolled into the center pocket, which is right of the table. And cue ball is going to be natural and will be in perfect positions. And just like that, that black can be potted into the farthest corner of the screen. And just like that, it pots. It is 2-2, ladies and gentlemen. Those ones who are watching us. 2-2. Kings Comfort 2. Soweto 2. Remember, this is best of 20 frames. In the remaining 6 frames to make the first half to end, Kings Comfort has 2. Soweto Pool Club also has 2. The director of the two clubs lost in their game in the first. Remember, the director of Soweto started the game. The director of Kings Comfort started the game and lost, potting black prematurely. And now Kings Comfort director have just lost in the 4th frame. Now it is the 5th frame. Sawun Ken versus Daddy. Daddy is the guy who played with the Prince Sunday. Some other times when we stream this game live at Kit Media, and he lost. I remember he lost so miserably. I was giving the commentary, and of course when he was playing, when Daddy was playing with the Prince, he lost so miserably. He lost 11 frames to 2 in the race to 11. Pot was 300,000 Uganda shilling. That was so unfortunate of him. But of course, it doesn't rule him away to be a good player. He's still a good player. We are in the first half of the very best 20 frames that we are supposed to be having. Now, Okelo Oscar to break. From the actions, he wants to break with the power and breaks with power, but spot none of the ball, with the exceptions of putting the cube positions in a very difficult positions to Ken to play. The two are all attacking players. At the same time, they're all very good at playing defensive game. Now what can Shaun Ken do at this point? Remember, Ken have already gone for Nile special some other years, but these days things are changing out, and then the young players are coming up here. They are not giving them the chance, and they play simply to pot the yellow ball and leaving the table open, widely open. Oscar has a chance. He can still go for any of the balls. Looking at the positions of the red balls, looking at the positions of the yellow balls, all are in open spaces and all have pockets. Now he plays to open up the shots, but at the end of the day, he did not open it so well because cue ball is not natural. And the only thing running in his mind is only to play safe and take the game slow, one at a time. Ladies and gentlemen, those one watching us, the boys behind the microphone, it is for me, Daniel, for Kit Media Link. Now Oscar plays only safety. At the end of the day, he wants to take full control of the corner pocket, which is top right of the table. Now Ken is invited, is inspecting and checking the table so well and carefully, because he knows at any time when he invites still going back again, Daddy, he plays simply just only to open up the ball and have full control of the corner pocket, which is left bottom of the screen. At this point in time, remember all the reds have the pockets. A simple roll of that ball into the corner left of the table would give him perfect cube positions, and of course a roll of that balls into the top right corner pocket would still do him good. There is only one problem ball where the black is and then the yellow is. It is the ball which is trying to give him headache. So I want to have full control of this corner pocket. A simple roll of that ball here would do him good. He plays with a lot of skills to remove yellow and have full control. And that is what he does so well. He's good at playing. He can break and clear the table. At the end of the day, he can as well play attacking game. Oscar Okelo. For Soweto is Saun Ken. Oscar for Kings Comfort. Ladies and gentlemen, Shaun Ken doesn't want to give this frame away. He wants him to go so slow. Now, one thing you should know is from Blackpool, if an umpire is officiating the game, he's supposed to stand. He's supposed to stand behind the player, not in front of the player. Just that the player should have full control of putting the balls without any interference and any distractions. And that is what is supposed to be done always. So if an umpire is standing in front of you, that will not give you still the chance to put the ball. It will still be like a distractions. A, B, C, D, E. So Shaun Ken needs this frame more than Oscar Daddy needs it. Let's see what he can do from these positions. The simple role of that ball in the center pocket, he has done it so well. With the level of skills that he was trying to play was only to open up those balls, which is so far of the corner pocket in the top right. He wants to play simply to take control of that corner pocket, which he has done it perfectly. That is a lovely shot played by Shaun Ken. Now Oscar doesn't want to go away from there. He wants to remain there. And that is it. Now the balls are all splitted. And of course, the yellow ball, which is so close to the corner pocket, bottom left, is still a bit complicated and hard for him. Still complicated. Wow. He plays simply only to have full control of that corner pocket, just like Daddy or Oscar is having one of his red ball, which is blocking the path of the yellow ball, which would have gone into the corner pocket, left of the bottom screen. Now, what does he want to do from there? He plays. He had wanted to open up these balls here, but of course he failed to do it. Still, the positions of the cue ball is in favor of him. A simple roll of that ball. Yeah, when you check, Oscar Daddy is trying to tell exactly what I've just told you before. He's trying to tell the umpire to avoid distractions, because if the umpire is walking and checking whenever they go in the other directions, it will be interfering with them and causing them distractions, just like that. He's taking one at a time, ladies and gentlemen. He wants to take it one at a time. We can't rule it out, because remember, in black ball or in black ball, for those ones who are watching and following keenly, what Oscar did is exactly. Now look at that shot played by Shaun Ken, and of course that is a very good coming shot played by him. Now psychologically, that is called Dunning-Kruger in psychology. Of course, what the player told the umpire is very right, because the umpire is supposed to be at the back of the player when the player is playing and have full control or checking what the actions of the cue is having on the cue ball. He's so absolutely so right of that. He's so right of that. Now from his actions, he played as if not to let it get in, but of course, you remember, one of his ball is so close to the reds, at the same time to the black, And of course, getting a white, which is more going to be more natural, and you can put it in the bottom right corner. It's a bit complicated and it's so hard of him. And that is what he's contemplating of. Or he would simply just roll it and have a slow shot. Now, what can do from here? All right, he played simply just wanted to have the cube will remain here in the center, which is free of that, and then he can remove the only yellow ball, which is having causing him headache like that. Now, cue ball has gone there. Remember, that ball has no path where it can go and enter. What can Ken do from here? It is still the questions to be answered on the table. Checking it carefully and one at a time. Checking it so carefully and one at a time. Remember, when you invite any other player back on the table from these positions, they are going to clear this. Now he wants to push that red ball here so far off the corner, and he plays it like that. But remember, putting it in space now. Now, advantage to Shaun Ken. Advantage. Shaun Ken. If only Oscar could put that, okay. If only he could put it, then we'll have full control. He plays simply to be so clutch. Just a simple roll of that ball is into the corner pocket where the yellow is covering. Now they want to go so slow. That is now turning out to be so defensive of him. And Ken is not letting it go. He also wants to go defensive. And just like that, now remember, from the cube positions, it is so hard of Daddy to remove. He plays with a lot of skills to open up the ball, which is looking like a problem to him. But he did not do it. Now Ken has full control of the yellows. Remember, if he's in position, so put these balls there in the bottom right corner pocket, which is close to the screen. With the stand shots, white will run naturally to the bottom side, to the farthest part of the table, which will give him the ability to put the yellow, looking like a problem. Just like that, you can see the skills. That is top class pool being played here. You can see the skills here. Now, what can he do from here? Either to come off 1-2 cushions. Now, he simply played it in a different format. Not at least to have contacts with any of the reds. There's a bank shot, will do him good here. Is he going to put this and extend the lead to 3? Let's wait and see. A simple bank shots. Now Soweto 3, King's Comfort 2. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the best of 20. This is the very fifth frame that have just been concluded right now. It is the very fifth frame that have just been concluded. Now remaining 5 more frames to make the first half to go to the wire. Soweto 3, King's Comfort. The host, the home team, have 2. The best of 20 frames. Best of 20 frame. King's Comfort has 2. Soweto has 3. Now, the guy who is greeting the guy on yellow, on the Arsenal shirts, is called Danomia. Danomia literally means 100 people. 100 people. Plays for King's Comfort. And then Agandu for Soweto. Soweto may extend the lead to 4 if only the guy who is going to be breaking wins this frame. They will have the lion's share still. All running in their mind is to have at least a favorable win in first half and then come back in the second half and kill the game. As long as if the game plan is going to work perfectly, they can do anything on the table. But at this point in time, we can't just rule it out away because remember, the players in Soweto, the players as well for King's Comfort, they can do the very best on the table. Soweto 2, King's Comfort. Soweto 3, King's Comfort 2. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice behind the microphone, it is for Daniel Kit Media Link. In the house, we have Tongyang Media, the guy that we always do live streams with. We also have the director for King's Comfort, Mr. Ogwang James. He is a very good business person. He has a bar sections where we are today. I'm giving you the games live from. This is King's Comfort. It is his arena. We also have. He also has a phone center where he's selling out phones, repairing phones, and I give you the very best of the phones. Now, one thing in common with the two of the director is we have director Derek for Soweto Polo Club. He is the director for Soweto Polo Club. At the same time, he has a phone center business point where he does repairs of phone. At the same time, also sells phones. So the two have one thing in common, that is the idea of dealing in phone business. That is what is binding the two together. But of course, at the same time, pool is binding them together. In the first leg, King's Comfort went to Soweto. They won from there. Now here, Soweto is paying a visit in the second leg to King's Comfort. A very good break, though the splits of the ball are not all that very fancy, but it's so open. Now, Regan to nominate the ball of his choice. He had a big spin on the cue ball, putting the yellow ball in the center pocket, and of course, having full control now of the yellow balls. He's supposed to play yellows, and then King's Comfort will play red. That's a lovely skill shots played by Agando, Regan. A simple roll of that ball is into the corner pocket. I mean, in the center pocket would do him so good. But luck was not by his side. Now, Danomia is invited back. That is his name, Danomia. He wanted to have another skill shots, but he took full control of the corner pocket, which Regan was fancying. And now, Reds have advantage. Unless or otherwise, a big cunning shot is played here, then nothing is going to take Danomia from this corner pocket. Even when black is not set, but of course, the two can mean to play defensive at the same time, and the two can as well mean to pot the ball so well. He wants now to have a split of those two red balls, and now he wants to have advantage and have his nose in front. If he wins this, he's going to level the score to 3-3. You can still give in your predictions in the comment sections. Which of the two clubs do you fancy to win? Or you are zeroing and settling down for draw? Danomia plays right, lovely shots played by Danomia. What a shot played by Danomia. Remember, that shot has at the same time opened up the black, which was looking a problem. But now he has advantage, full advantage. Checking, he doesn't want to give any chance away because they know that should Soweto win this frame here, they are most likely to run away with the frame. And that is why he's inspecting the table one at a time and carefully. Simply plays to pot and plays the other red ball into the bottom right corner pocket, close to your screen. If he pots that, he will still have control of the two of the red balls. What can he do from this point? Danomia aims, pots. Take it one at a time, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, there are only two red balls on the table. There are only two red balls on the table. They can either go the one which is close to the left of the corner pocket, which is bottom of the screen. He plays. That was a good shot. Should he have played it to pot it, he would have gotten a very good keyboard positions. But then from here, if you have any other player, they can play a skill shots, which would open up the corner pocket. But of course, looking at the keyboard positions, you may think it's a bit complicated and hard of that. He plays. That was the intentions to open up the corner pocket, but of course the skills placed on the cue ball did not give him the chance to pot it. What else can he do from this point? What else can he do from this point? Now remember, three of those yellow balls are perfectly in spaces. He plays still. Another skill shots on that yellow ball in the corner pocket, which is right of the screen bottom, can make him naturally open up the yellow balls, and then pot them. And that is a skill shot. Lovely shots played by Agando Media. Agando. Lovely shots played by Agando. Regan, he is called Mr. No Level. He has no level. He plays your level. That is how he calls himself. Mr. No Level. He plays according to your level. He plays according to your size. And that is why he is called so. Now he was trying to look for the biggest shots ever, just that they can have the ball run into the the top of the corner pocket, then comes naturally here. But of course, he failed to do so. That is turning out to be a worse shot. What else? Only to play. He plays it well, but of course now the cue ball is so close. I think he's going to be thinking about the shots here. If he loses this frame here. Now look at the quality of that shots. What else? A simple roll of that ball in the center pocket, which is left of the table, can make them at least get a score of 3-3. It is now officially 3-3. 6 frames down. The scores are still level, 3-3. Soweto 3, Kings Comfort 3. Remember, this is best of 20 frames. Now we are remaining with the 4 frames to conclude this very first half. Then we go into the second half and have another 10 more frames. Which of the two clubs do you fancy to win? It is up to you. Give it in the comment sections. Let's wait and see what is going to happen here. Now, Champ Patrick is up for the 7th frame. 6 frame played, 6 frame down. The score is level, 3-3. The score is level, 3-3. Do you think any of the two teams are going to run away with the scores, or the score is going to level 5-5 in first half? It is up yet for you to predict and give me in the comment sections. Ocean Patrick? It is not him. We realize it is Oling James. Up again is Rupin Nelson. The guy on blue is called Rupin Nelson. The guy on white is called Oling James. Now, James is supposed to break Oling. The game between Nottingham Forest and and Newcastle United. It is still 1-1. For those ones who like football a lot, the game is 1-1. They are ready in the second half. Anything can happen there. They can settle for draw at the same time. Meanwhile, this one also is in the first half, and then Oling is supposed to break. He calls himself Mr. Green Apple. Now we want to see whether any green apple is going to come here. When you check on the cue ball, it is Aramite white, and then when you check on the position, the balls, I don't think they are the original Aramite white, and that's why these players are having problems in clearing them. He wants to aim and break with power, and breaks with power, but of course none of the ball is spotted. Chance, Rupin Nelson. The table is open. He's supposed to nominate a ball of his choice. Goes for the reds and pots. Now the table is officially closed on the red balls. Nelson has 6 of the reds. Remember, others are still clustered where the black is, and he wants to take it one at a time. Does he want to go for a bank shots, or he wants simply to pay in the center pocket? Because naturally, if that ball had not gone in, he would still have full control of the cue ball. And now a simple roll of that balls into the bottom right corner would still do him so good and so well. And just like that, he plays simply not to pot it. He is very good in defensive play, and that is why he's playing just kind of games. Nelson, he has invited Oling on the table. Remember, Oling is going to go for the yellows. And one thing he's supposed to put in his mind is because he has problems with those balls which are clustered so close to the camera. He plays with power simply to have these balls here come and at least open up those clustered ball. At the end of the day, putting the balls prematurely in the center pocket left of the table. Now Rupen Nelson has a chance either to open up the tables, open up those balls which are clustered, or to go more defensive as well at the same time. That is why he's checking the table so careful and so well. What can he do from this position? Do you think he's going to open up the tables, open up those balls here, or simply wants to go still defensive? And just like that, he is snookered, totally snookered. That shot made him to be snookered totally, and now he's supposed to come off cushions and then get the ball because he was given two shots, but then now the ball is touching. Looks like it's a kissing ball on the yellow. The umpire is signaling that that ball can be seen, and that is why he's aiming at it. He wants to go for power and put it in the center pocket, corner pocket, which is right. But plays simply to have it roll into the center pocket, which is to the right, and did not pot it. And now, bowling is invited back on the table. Remember, those clustered balls, which is having yellows, have many, and then at the same time, black is also closed, and the corner pocket is as well covered. So what else can he do from here? He can simply play to open up those balls, which he does. He has done it. Now the yellows are split so well, but as well the reds are as well split so well. A simple roll of that balls. A simple roll of that balls has given him the chance to open up the corner pocket. There is only now one of the red ball which is so close to the black. It is the one which is now going to be a problem ball to him. Because the rest of the balls are in spaces. There are only four of the red balls. Does he want to go for the game? From his side, the one he's signaling at the moment doesn't want to go for it. He simply wants to play and cover up the corner pocket, which is left of the table. Now, his intention was to open up that red ball, which is so close to the black. But of course, luck hit him at the same time because if he was supposed to pot that the red ball, he would have nowhere to play any other shots again, only to come off at least the cushions. Does he want to open up the corner pocket? He plays to open up the corner pocket, but did not open it so well because red is still in control. Red is still in control. Ladies and gentlemen, the score is set to at 3-3. This is the 7th frame that we are having of the very best 20 frame that we are supposed to be having. Now, the shot that he was trying to play, it's psychologically, it's called Dunning-Kruger. Now, the game between Newcastle United and Nottingham Forest, it is 1-1, and it is already full time. Next is Arsenal, which has the pressure to continue winning, and so they run away from Man City. And that is what they are going to do today. And they are supposed to win and at least have that nose still in front. Now Lane is invited on the table. Remember, this is the 7th frame that we're having. And the scores are still settled 3-3. The scores are still settled 3-3. I want to put that ball in the center pocket left of the table, and that is why he's aiming like that. And he plays simply with a lot of skills in it. Now, getting just kind of players who plays with a confidence, it is not easy, and it is not simple at all times. It is never easy. It is not simple at this time. That ball naturally, when you play and you put it, it would open up the corner. The balls which are clustered. Advantage, Rupen Nelson. After failing to put this ball here, luck is coming again back to Nelson because the corner pocket is widely open and that red ball can enter. And then the red ball can still enter also in the center pocket, which is right of the table. Now he would fancy to choose and start with any ball because he has still the ball which is so close to the corner pocket, close to your screen as well. He would fancy and take any at a time. He plays simply just wanted to put it. Now one thing is supposed to come in his mind is to play this ball here, which is so close to the corner pocket. and the corner pocket, which is also very close to your screen. He plays with a skill and brilliance, but now white is not going to be natural for the black. What he has only to do is pot this ball here. He can either pot the ball into the corner pocket, which is right, farthest right, or can put it in the center and then miss the cue ball. Those are all the two things. There are two things. He can put the ball in the corner pocket and miss the cue ball for the black, and have the cue ball for the black, or put it in the center and miss the cue ball for the black, unless he runs off at this. He plays and snooker at the same time. He plays and he snookered. Nelson. Now all he did was only to play and pot the ball because that is a basic pool that they're playing. But he got his ball so perfectly and so well. Well, now James has a chance either to go slow or go for the frame. As long as he's able to pot that ball, which is so close to the cue ball in the top left corner pocket, then he has still the chance because cue ball is going to run naturally and comes to the bottom side of the screen where he has many of his balls. He may also fancy to play the balls which is almost touching one another, open it and leave the cue ball just as where the yellow ball is. He wants to go for it because he wants to put that ball in the corner pocket and have the cue ball run come to the left side of the cushions. A simple roll, just like that, misses it, giving the cue ball cheaply. Roping Nelson has the chance. And that is a miss of the tournament because you can't just give the cue ball so cheaply like that to your opponent, who you know is already only on black. What was he going to do him from this position? Because he understands that he could easily only put the ball which is left of the table and then misses the rest now. Now that one, a simple roll of that ball in the center pocket, the corner pocket, which is right of the screen. He plays and fails to pot. Still one more chance is given to him. Still one more chance is given to him. Now here needs all the composer in the world. For you to play and finish this game here, it needs all the composer in this game here. All I know is running in his mind is to at least have a chance and snooker at least once. But how good is this snooker? Because if you have to check the positions of the cue ball and then check the black, that black can still be caught. But at the end of the day, all you should put in your mind is your ball should be okay. Because your ball should be okay. That is the meaning of canning shots. You can't just play shots anyhow like that and then you leave your balls, which are almost dead on the cushions. Another one more chance to snooker. Because those two of the yellow balls, he plays and shakes his head in disbelief because he knows this frame is as good as it is gone. This frame is as good as it is gone. Frame number 7, going the way of King's Comfort. Frame number 7. Now, still one more time fails to put these balls here. But of course, naturally, when you look at the positions of the cue ball, it is almost touching the black ball. There's only one ball which he can play at this point in time. The rest are a bit complicated and hard. What can you do from these positions? Your good is as good as my guess. Your guess is as good as my guess. Because the yellow ball, which is bottom left of the corner, is the only ball which can be seen cheaply and can be played. The rest, it is a bit complicated. But he wants to play a snooker one more time. He still wants to play at least a snooker one more time. The umpire signals it is a frozen ball and plays with the brilliance. I want to believe that ball can be seen. Shakes his head one more time in disbelief. Nelson Rupin pots the only black. For the fourth frame for King's Comfort, the host. Now they are four, and then the visiting team have three. In best of the 10 frames, now there are three more frames to go. Three more frames to go for first half. Kings Comfort 4, Soweto Pool Club 3. Best of 20 frames. First half, it is 4-3. First half, it is 4-3. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the upper stairs in King's Comfort, the former Queen's Rest, where we were having. Now in the building, we have the very best of the chairman. That is in the name of Tyson. Yeah, Tyson is in the building. He has already come. He wants to check the game by himself and see how the league is moving on. Tyson is the chairperson of Kidgo Pool Associations. He wants to come and confirm by himself. If the players are disciplined, the players are playing well, and there is no any arguments here, and just like that. So the luck is won by Soweto. So Akera Tyson is in the building. At the same time, ladies and gentlemen, in the building, we also have the A teacher for Kidgum Standard. He also want to come and check the game. Remember, one thing that you should know is pool is almost being rolled out to schools. There are already other schools that are already having pools as one of the subjects that they should play. So it is being given to students or primary. And then the universities are as well have started now organizing the inter-university pool games. So those are semi-professionals in makings, and then eventually they're going to become professionals in the making. The director of Soweto is supposed to break. That is a cut break. He did a cut break, but of course the cut break did not materialize. Now Owen is invited on the table, and remember the table is widely open. He nominates red, and it's going to go with the red balls. Owen for King's Comfort. One at a time, ladies and gentlemen. These reds are finishable. A simple roll of that ball in the center pocket would give a perfect cube of positions for the only problem ball, which is so far off the screen. He did it so perfectly and just like that. Another simple roll of that ball here. A lot of spin was put on that cue ball. On that cue ball, just that they could have the cue ball come bottom of the screen. He did it perfectly, but of course the pot was not on. Now Derek is on. Derek is on. He can either choose to go defensive or choose to play the frame. He only wants to have at least a full control of the corner pocket, denying Owen the chance to put this ball here in the corner pocket. But Owen being Owen, he's just playing. Of course, you can see that he plays a free shots. Of course, he's playing just only a free shots. Free. He's still invited back on the table because these boys, the table is not all that giving them the chance to run. Because when you look at the cushions that they're playing on, secondly, the nature of the objects ball that they're using cannot give them all the authority to run the table, because you can only run the table. In out of the 20 frames, you may run the table only once. Now there is no way that he can go for the frame. It's looking a bit tricky because when you check the positions of the balls, which are on the table at the moment, red has one which is a problem ball. It is so close and touching to the yellow ball, which is right and close to the screen. Bottom right and close to the screen. And that is where Derek also wants to go for. He is called Dr. Fong. Now there has been a lot of skills played on the cue ball. Alice snookering 3 of the red balls, which is bottom of the screen, which is farthest of the screen. Now leaving leaving only one red which is close to the corner pocket, bottom of the screen. The one that he wants to play can just only play Lego shots, just like that. He plays simply to open, but of course pots the cue ball prematurely. Advantage, Soweto. At any time, the score can still be labeled to 4-4. And that is what I'm trying to preempt at the moment because Derek is still in positions to clear this. As long as he can check his pattern so well, he can clear this one here. And he needed that cue ball to come in that manner, just that he can play either a drawback or a follow. He plays a follow, and that is the slightest touch ever on the yellow ball. A simple roll of that. Still, he doesn't want to take anything for granted here because he wants to go more slower. He wants to be more slower. Now, there is contemplating. He can either play safely or he can just only have himself continuing to pot the balls, potting those two balls which are touching one another in the corner pocket, bottom of the screen. He plays to open it, but failed to open it now. Advantage to the Reds. How good will the cue ball be? Cue ball is safe. Cue ball is safe. These guys are snookers players. They can play sometimes. They can mean to play it the way they want it. Now he wants to come in the bottom sections of the screen where the yellows are many. So he wants to be close to them. The table. There is no way he would go for the frame. Still, he still has advantage because of the cue ball positions. He still has advantage. But of course, this one opening it so widely. The only problem ball is the ball which is in the left center pocket where is giving him a lot of edge. And he doesn't want to go for it. Remember, at any time Owen can play these shots here. He wants to go for the farthest ball ever, giving the cue ball away cheaply if he doesn't pot that. But he pots with a lot of brilliance and skills. Now that is the problem balls he will be thinking about. What else can he do? The shot was not very good. Still, yellow has advantage. One more time. One more time. He plays simply to snooker, but of course, he can get his ball from these positions. Owen to come off the cushions and got his ball so perfectly. That is one shot. That is so perfect of that. And of course, he's still continuing on fathering with the play. Derek also wants to go slow because he knows he's having advantage of the corner pocket. Does he want to open up these ones here? How good will that shot be? The shot is very good. The shot is very good. Now he need a chance, unless he need a ball in hand. And that is the reasons why he played that shot there. Should Owen fall in these positions, he will have all the opportunity to clear this table. But of course, coming off one cushions and got his ball perfectly. Now it is one shot. Derek to redeem himself, to at least have the composer, to mean business here, because he is a leader in Soweto. Now this shot is so tempting of that. The ball can go in the center pocket as long as you have a big bang shots. Now he has given chance to Derek at least to set the other ball which is farthest of the screen. He has played it well still. Now he wants to be as close as possible. He wants to be where the yellow balls are, and that is why he doesn't want to go. And of course, Derek can play second shot. He did it so well. Now he wants to have a snooker one more time, and did it successfully. This is a total snooker. Total snooker from Derek. coming off at least one cushions or two. One, two, three. What else can you do? Plays and got the ball, but got a wrong ball at the end of the day. Taps it prematurely. It is 4-4, ladies and gentlemen. It is 4-4 at the moment. Soweto 4, King's Comfort 4. Remember, the director for Soweto Pool Club did not have to bother himself to pot the black. Soweto did not have to bother themselves and pot the black, but of course Owen did that prematurely and potted it. Of the two frames he played, he all potted the black balls prematurely. Now another two veteran players on board. Shaun Ken up against Young. The two started playing pool so long ago. But of course, at the moment, they can all both play attacking games. Remember, the pool played those years were not like the pools which are played this year. These days, when you pick any young boy on the streets to at least have a match with, they can beat your hands down if you don't play so hard. Because of the level of the pool game, they have access to the table. They can play so well. And just like that. So Kid Kumalo has been known for producing one of the best players in the region. In northern Uganda, we have the best player in Uganda coming from northern Uganda in the name of Caesar Chandika. But then, of course, we have a number of them as well, which are coming up, the young talents. The likes of Omara Moses, who plays for Addis, the likes of Ogenward Samuel, who plays for Zone Pub, the like of Dong Kenneth Regesa, who plays for, I think, Court 8. At the same time, we also have the likes of Roto Konya Joseph Dogo, who plays for Snipers in Kidgum, and very many others that are here. So these boys sometimes, when they're on the table, they can mean to be serious and they can play nice pools at the end of the day. And that is why we are having Uganda having the best in pool. It is because of the inspirations. Now, all these things here came to light because when you check on the record, when pools were being streamed live on YouTube by Peter Chobe, it gave the inspirations to many of the young players to begin taking pool seriously, and that is the reason why we have very many of the streamers. That shot that you have just seen is a very poor shot played by Ken, because he wanted to play a big shots and open up all the table, but didn't do it so well and perfectly, leaving the table open. Young to nominate. He wants to go for the red, fails to pot. As well, table remains open. The umpire signals says open boards. Of the 10 frames for the first half, 8 is already gone, and the scores is level 4-4. Now we have only 2 games to go. With the exception of this one here, there's only remaining 1 now. If this frame finishes, we'll have 1 more frame to go. Plays and nominates now yellow. With the black ball, when you play another ball, a different colored ball into another colored ball, and then you pot it, it would still count as legal shots. But international rules, when you play, if you want to nominate your ball or a ball of your choice, you should nominate the ball. If you want to play a double, then the double should be with the same colored ball, not different colored ball. Then it can count. Now, Ken is kicking well today. He's kicking well today. He has always been kicking well. Initially, in the other league game that he was playing for Icon Launch. Icon Launch. Now, Soweto bought him, and he has been hired for his service in Soweto. He wants to win the place. That was a magnifico shot. It was a lovely shot. Though he did not pot the ball, but of course he played it so well. Young is on the table. A simple rule of that. Opening up the only would be the problem balls and open it out. Now all the reds have pockets. He plays simply not to pot because he understands he still need a chance in the center. The ball which is farthest of the screen, which is close to where the yellow ball is covering the jaw of the pocket, is the only ball which is giving him headache at this point in time. Even when he came off one cushions, at least he got his ball, giving it one shots. Okay, the umpire signals. The umpire signals it is two shots. The umpire signals it is a two shots. The umpire signals it is two shots, even if when now let's understand this game. There was a game played here of cushions, and then Ken got his ball so perfectly, which is one shot. But when Young asked the umpire how many shots, the umpire signals two shots. When it was one shot, but of course the umpire signaled two shots. But then now the player took the ball in hand, the cue ball. Whose fault is that? Is it the umpire's fault or the player's fault?
But even if the umpire's call is right or wrong, the player doesn't have any right.
Absolutely, the player doesn't have that right now too. It becomes now a game down because you're not supposed to touch any of the balls in the center. Yes, they can either refer to at least consult or they may not consult. This is drama. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just something so small. Maybe another explanations from another umpire would do them good because we have also another senior umpire here. We also have another senior umpire here in the names of Sejemba Robert. He can still explain to them at this point. Remember, Ken played off cushions and got his ball perfectly, which was one shot. But when the player asked if it is a two shot, the umpire said it is two shots, which was one shot. So it is not the player's fault at this point in time. That is what I think. That's what I think. So let's consult the umpire first. We'll get back later.
It was not a two shot.